Good evening. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your financial market update. And this update is for Tuesday, December 21st, 2021. So, first full day of winter. You do know today's the shortest Sunday of the year, especially in Chicago, of course. Starting tomorrow, we get 2 more seconds of sun. It starts moving down the path each day. In other words, the days will get longer. I noticed today how bleak it was, depressing day. My kitty, a lot of you know that I've been nurturing a very sick cat. I thought we'd have to put him down today, and he rallied back. He's home with us. He was too stressed out in the hospital for 5 days, and wow, I feel blessed. Okay, so in looking at the marketplace and where we're at, yesterday, the world was falling apart. Today, the world looks a lot better, right? Well, this is what you get at this time of the year. I'm getting questions already. Was this the beginning of the Santa Claus rally? I don't think so. I think this was the end of a washout in the market. And from there, the market's got to build on it. That's what I think happened in the stock indices. The gold market just keeps failing. It's a heartbreaker against the 1800, 1815 zone. Just can't seem to get through there. Silver tried the 2280s, got thrown back like nothing mattered. Boom, just like that. Metal market, not metals, but the energies, a nice up day. Keep your eye on that gas. You've lost the embedded reading. So while the market's sitting here tonight down 9/10 cents, if you will, be careful, please. This market is not my favorite right now. It could pop on you to the upside. Bitcoin, still in a problem market, but we're going to get to all those charts. And bonds and notes, well, they rallied back after a day that you'll see what happened. So in the S&P, you didn't quite get down to the 100-week moving average of closes. Boy, do I wish it had on the break, but it didn't. So now the market, if we come back here, just take a look. There's your big break last Friday. Then the market comes up, gives it up, and you would think the world ended the way people are talking, and it hasn't. Okay, we've had down days. We see that. This is a weekly chart, so understand what we're dealing with. But on the weekly, you never got back down to challenge the 100-week average. When we go to the daily chart, that's where it gets real interesting. On the daily chart, the first thing that should strike you as a chartist, you had an attempt at an outside breakout, you failed, an attempt at a downside, and you got thrown right back. 2 failures back to back in the market. They throw the swing line into no trend. That means you now have a higher high and a lower low. Where I went to school, which is my own school, and I did get a degree from it, at the charting school, that is called no trend at all. So where's the battleground? Could it be any clearer to you? It is the 18-day moving average of closes. You haven't gone back to the 100-day, the green line, in a while. You could, but you haven't. And the closer we get to Christmas, I don't think you're going to. I think the market has a tendency at year end, as I've told you, the Santa Claus rally is from Christmas through the first early part of the week of January, actually, about 7 days, and then it takes on a life of its own from there. So there is a tendency, as we're getting closer here, for the market to try to put on that rally. Is it infallible? No. It cannot. There are times where it doesn't work. I can imagine events of Omicron, some event with it happened that was a total disaster. That would be it. But I'm seeing the opposite. I'm seeing that there's pills now coming out from Pfizer and Moderna where you're going to be able to take them. You're not running to the hospital. Yes, I don't see anyone saying that they have a defense for us not to get COVID-19. Nobody. It is the degree that you get it with the vaccine that this is all about. And that degree does not have to be life-threatening. That's the issue that they're dealing with. Okay. So having said that, I view today as another positive on that battlefront. And they can get these pills out very quickly, they said. In the S&P here, you're stuck in the Bollinger Bands, not doing anything. No trend, neutral zone. So where are we in momentum? Well, when I come to momentum, it's flat. It's not overbought. So can the market mount something from here? It can, but not in a trend just yet. We need different chart action to do that. In the NASDAQ, I'll go back to yesterday. I know what I told my subscribers, my paid subscribers, as this market was down there after the opening. I'm saying, you watch, the pros are going to cover. This would be like ringing that submarine bell. You dive, cover everything, not part. You're not embedded, you're at major support, and away you go back to the 18-day average of closes, fighting a battle. Are we trending? Again, no. You have a higher high, lower low. What about the Dow? Are we trending? No. Higher high, lower low, holding key averages. And last, the Russell. So the Russell had the best gain it's had in months. Are you aware of that today? This was a big gain day for this market, nearly 3% up. Okay, but all it did is carry the market. If you look at the last rally high here, that high was 22.25 even. So the rally today carries the market to 22.04, and that's about where you're at tonight. Let's assume you take out the 22.25, all right? Well, that would give you then a lower low, higher high with lots of overhead resistance here. So I want to go on record. I'm not saying that the market's just going to launch starting tomorrow for Santa Claus coming. I wish I were wrong. I like bull markets, but I just don't see it. Nor do I see a bear market coming out of this. I see this whipsawing back and forth for a little bit. In the VIX, I'll stick with what I know. I know that if you fall, this is support zone. It should be 1870 to 1911. You have no trend, higher high, lower low, whipsaw market. 30-year bonds, well, you gave up everything. You dropped enough today. You had an uptrend, higher lows, higher highs. You started with a little divergence because momentum started pointing down. You had an outside day down yesterday. That's Monday. Today you dropped down. What do you think you should do in between the first challenge of a 100-day average and a lower Bollinger Band? I'm going to look for support in that general range. You're getting a bounce tonight. Are we trending? We are not. You're just sort of drifting right in here. Well, if that's drifting, what are you going to do in the 10-year? The 10-year, first thing, momentum's pointing down, yet the trend is up and you're right on the support of the uptrend. In order to break this, you have to get through here. But do you disagree with me that what I teach, I hope you've taken my courses, this is a get out of all long area. The 100-day in the upper Bollinger Band. Now, if it pulls back, the zone should be fighting the battle, I think, at the 18-day average of closes, and it's where we're at. I'm just going to let that ring. It'll annoy us for just a few minutes. Lower highs, lower lows, now down into the downtrend with support coming in at the 18-day average, sort of caught in more of a sideways action. Flip that around, and you get the opposite of it in the eurocurrency. I do apologize for that. I forgot to turn off the phone. Higher lows, higher highs, market just fighting the 18-day average of closes and seeing the sideways action there. British pound, you are stuck, just what I said yesterday. When we got down just like this, I said, I think the pros are going to cover their shorts. You still have an uptrend. Higher lows, higher highs, bias is down, momentum had turned down, and what did the market do? It captures the traders and it's just staying. We're getting many markets going sideways right now. Very typical. We might come back right after Christmas, and then they often give you a launch out of that sideways action. Bitcoin, losing the embedded reading. It's a sign now for the bears, yay, maybe the selling is over. That is, to me, the first important sign. It didn't happen on the close today. It's happening on the reopening tonight, as you can see, with the 23 reading. That joy might be short-lived. You need to get to the point where you close at 4 o'clock, losing that reading. But it's the first sign that you're probably not attracting new selling in the market. The differential between Brent and WTI. Well, going to have to say goodbye to the Brent now. We're not going to watch this. This goes. It's going off the board. It might be off the board, but it's going off. I'll move to the March on this. I've already in the BZG, the Brent. Here's the Feb. This will be the last time you see it. Okay, and this is for today. I think it goes off the board the 27th. I'll move to the March for you. Trend is down, lower highs, lower lows, over the 18-day average, not much there. WTI, same thing, trend down over the 18-day average, overbought. Market's not acting like it wants to stay in that low mid 65 area whatsoever. Heating oil. Again, these markets are fighting their battle right here at the 18-day average, and they seem to be getting capped in them at the 100. You see how that 100's working on all that, the green? That's what's going on there. And now, warning sign in nat gas. First warning sign. This market's had this embedded reading. It didn't break very much off of that, and it's flashing signs that maybe it's just time to take off the short position and look back and see if the market can do anything. That is generally a sign that moves before price moves. Remember that. You're at a 25 reading. It's not like it's 21. And any reading over 21 solidifies my thought that you're going right back to the 18-day average of closes. But I cover all this. You're looking at this at day's end with me, right? Get an idea for tomorrow. But you're not getting the benefit of the evening trade tonight that's going to take place right all the way through. Remember, most futures markets reopen 5 p.m. The grains open at 7, and we get the softs later at night. But at 5:30 in the morning, when I'm already ready to record my subscriber video, because I want to be your guy in the morning, and that's on the website. You see it. It's there. You wake up, you take a look, and you say, boy, he's brought me up to date. I know what reports are coming out. Look at what he's seeing on the daily charts. I like that too. That's what I was thinking. I want to go with that idea myself. I had that. Yeah, there's the reason to do that. That's the guy I want to be. I don't want to manage your money. I don't manage anyone's money. I got my own. I don't need to manage other people's money. You take a look at what it is right there. So how do you get all this? It's simple. It's inexpensive. That's the idea of it. $7.95. You can't complain about the price. So the question is the quality good? I think you'll find it's excellent. Not good, excellent. So go to it. Go right here. Take a look at what it's all about. Go under research on our website. Make your decision. I'm Ira Epstein. I'll see you tomorrow.